Responding to discovery with AI.Law is our probably one of our most robust functionalities within the system. This was the first thing that we did because few lawyers like to respond to discovery, especially adding all the objections that are necessary, so we did this first. Step one, rather straightforward, just like our other modules, you're going to upload opposing counsel's documents. So here we have discovery requests. This is formatted, definitions, as we'd expect, instructions, and then we have in this set interrogatories, RFAs, and PODs all in one document. So we have 5 interrogatories, 5 requests for admissions, and then 5 production of documents. You can have 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 of these here. For the sake of just putting this together, I'm going to use this. Similarly, to our other instructional videos, we're using a situation where a property development company buys land from a holding company, and then there is a bunch of contamination on it that needs to be remedied. So that's what this discovery is all about. What we're going to do is simply, as I said, upload these to this system. This can be a PDF, does not need to be a Word doc. I just happen to have it at work because I created this. It's a fake file. It makes this fast, and that's all there is to it to continue. Once you have the discovery documents, you can specify the type of case. I'll just say real estate. You could say breach of contract if you want, whatever it might be. This helps inform our system a little bit, but it's not actually mandatory. That's why you have the option to skip it. You want to identify the client. This is if you have multiple parties that were served the same discovery request and you want to specify which one yours is. In this case, it was only served to one person, so I'll just skip it. And then client responses. If you don't include client responses, you're going to get you're going to get objections that are customized to each individual request. But if you provide client responses, our system will read each individual discovery request and respond to it appropriately, first with an objection and then with whatever is relevant from your client's responses. So in order to do this, what we tell you is you want to upload your client's factual position, background, requested personal information, relevant history in a Word document, such as a narrative or blocks of text. You may also include text from letters, factual sections of relevant pleadings or other information that includes responsive text. It will replace responses in the appropriate places. So here you are not going to upload a PDF with 100 different documents and let our AI system figure out what is relevant. We're working on that. It's coming, but if you're watching this video right now, that's not how this is not how this functionality works. The way that this is going to work for our system right now is you're going to create a Word document with the copy and paste in the narrative into it that includes the client's responses. So you can see here we had 15 requests, but it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead, we're asking the client, who'd you do a study with? Oh, it's Dr. Greenfield, and here's who we contacted, and this is again plain vanilla English. Because what our AI will do is it will read all of this information for each individual request. So you don't have to say, for this request, do this information, for this request, do that information, or you also don't have to duplicate it. So if you have an RFA, interrogatory, and POD that all deal with the same information, you don't have to repeat yourself 4 different times. All you need to do is provide the big picture general information along with the specific responses, specific information in one document, and our system will figure out, our AI will figure out what is relevant or not. If you have a chronology, you can enter that in here. If you have, as I said, a lot of times pleadings will have some of the same information that opposing counsel wants you to answer within the discovery. You can actually copy and paste those in here also, and our system will pull from those. But this gives you an idea of what we're looking at for the client responses, how that actually looks. Once you have that document done, again, you are just going to drag and drop into it, and then that's it. That is all you need to do in order for our system, our AI, to provide you responses to discovery. So again, I will start the timer on this one. As you saw, we have 15 requests, RFAs, requests for admissions, interrogatories, and requests for production of documents. We have our client narrative. And what you're going to see is pretty neat. I like this a lot. I tell people I would never ever draft another response to discovery request again because it will take you hours and hours of time to do what our system can do unbelievably quick for you. What's also neat about this particular module for you is we'll provide you an AI editor. Or some of our other modules, you would download a Word document and do any kind of edits you want there because it's straightforward. But because discovery is a little bit more complex and there's more nuance, we're going to provide you the responsive document in our system, in our AI, AI editor, which allow you to use AI to change any particular request that you'd like. And once this comes up, you're going to see a general set of objections laid out for you. Again, you're going to be able to change any of those, and then it's going to restate each individual request, and under each provide you a robust objection section and robust factual response based on your uploaded information here that you had. So you can see we're done in about a minute 20, and this is what we're looking at here. You respond to discovery. This is our history shows, our discovery request we just did. We're editing right now. If we want to rerun it, we can go back here and rerun it, but we already have it. We're just going to edit it. Here's the general objections. If you want to add something in, you can do that any which way you want, and that will save. Also, what you can do is you can go down here and ask AI to make any kind of changes you want. So, for example, we can say, add an objection 11 that is all about asking for, I don't know, attorney-client privilege, and you don't even need to spell it correctly or include it. What we're going to see now is it's going to include that. So it's going to rewrite what we did like. We didn't tell it to change any of that, and we're going to then have an additional section. If you wanted to change the whole thing out, you could do that. Whatever you desire to do, our AI will create that for you in real time. And here we go. Attorney-client privilege, section 11 was added in. Now, I don't really need that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I could keep it, retry it, the prompt, or revert it. I'm just going to revert it, and here you can see 11 is taken out. Now, that's the general objections. This is where the real neat stuff happens. Here is your request. This is, please identify all persons involved in decision. Rather straightforward, but look at our objection, our response. The first piece of this objection is incredibly robust, right? You can pause this video and read through this. You are not going to be I would be shocked if you could think of an extra objection not included. If anything, if you don't like so many objections, you might be removing it out. Then after your objections, you're going to have notwithstanding. Here is our actual response, and as you can see, Dr. Greenfield is identified appropriately from the responses. So this is one response to one request. Imagine how long this would take drafting by hand, you or having an associate that you hire to do this. Every single one of these requests is going to be the same kind of depth, and each one's going to be specific to the specific requests that is made. So here's accuracy, completeness, and here we go. Reputable firm, transparency, environmental compliance officer sent an email, provided seller's disclosure statement, so a lot of information. This is 15 individual requests completed in, how long did it take again? A minute and something, under 2 minutes. When you've reviewed it all, you're happy with it, you just download it as a Word document and make any additional changes you want, formatting, whatever it might be, and serve it on opposing counsel. So here I will reduce my spacing because that's how I like it, and this whole thing is 20 pages long. 20-page long discovery responses you could send back to opposing counsel, and it is going to be probably better than anything that they are used to seeing for a very long time, unless they're dealing with somebody very serious and very knowledgeable within the litigation, this is going to be impressive for them. So 14 pages, and you're going to be protecting your client's interest also. So that is how you draft discovery using AI.Law.